Reporter Ben Fogle and Greg Davis get it all out in the open on Room 101.
Hello, I'm Rose Latif with your 90-second update. The number of illegal migrants managing to get into Europe has risen sharply. In the first 4 months of the year alone, it was more than 40,000. Authorities say they're overwhelmed by the numbers. Too many elderly patients are being robbed of dignity and compassion because of a lack of local care, so says the new NHS England boss. Simon Stevens wants a bigger role for smaller community hospitals. There's been international outrage after 2 teenage girls were gang-raped and hanged from a tree in India. Their families say police refused to help. 2 officers have been sacked. Joey Barton's apologised for remarks he made on Question Time. The footballer described UKIP as the best of 4 really ugly girls. He says his words were ill-conceived. It was a final thumbs up for Stephen Sutton. Thousands have attended a vigil for the teenage cancer fundraiser. His family released balloons ahead of a private funeral.
And I'm Graham Lifer with the latest from the Northwest. Quadrilla submitted a planning application to carry out the controversial process of fracking at one of its sites on the Fylde coast. Wants to frack at Little Plumpton. It's thought to be the first application since they were halted following 2 earth tremors in 2011. And this squirrel caused a drinker at the Shropshire Arms in Chester to call the police. Jumped into a handbag outside the pub, refused to leave. The police moved it on its way. The weather tomorrow, good for little animals like that. A dry day, loads of sunshine, highs of 18.
Your little listeners can go on an adventure with Cbeebies Radio.
My favourite thing to listen is All Jack's Boat. I can see pictures in my imagination. I love my story on Cbeebies Radio. Come on a super adventure with Cbeebies Radio.
Just go to the Cbeebies website to listen, download and take away.
Watch highlights from Radio 1's Big Weekend on BBC iPlayer now.
Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and in a bigger scandal than the One Direction drugs hoo-ha, we have exclusive film of Ian taking a pitch of Victorian snuff. Will his teenage fans still love him? Find out tonight at 9. BBC One HD.
And after that, time for a rant. Janet Street reporter Ben Fogle and Greg Davis on Room 101 here on BBC One at 9:30. But first, a devastated family get the lift they desperately need. It's DIY SOS.
When you have children, you want the very best for them and their future. But sometimes life takes an unexpected turn.
Just to have your little girl in front of you, crying, saying, "Daddy, please help me." Yeah, it's horrible.
I asked the doctor if she was going to die, and she said